Hey guys, it's FifaRalle here and welcome to episode 97 of Let's FIFA 14, and we are selling on both our squads in this episode to get as many coins as possible, and you can probably guess what we're going to use those for. And yeah, we got 1.5 million coins after everything is sold on here. And that means we do have enough coins to pick up the final 5-star skiller we're missing. And that's Ribery. So he gets into the squad here, into our club. And I thought I'd just go over all the skillers now that we collected all of them on Ultimate Team. So the first one is the Team of the Season Moreno. He was pretty good, but not as great as the 3 skillers I see as the best ones: Ronaldo, Ibrahimovic, and Neymar. He's kind of a just below them kind of player. He's good, but he's not a player where I think like he is gonna outplay everyone and score an insane goal. Then we got to Wrapped, and I played with pretty much every single version he had. The left mid, left wing version, and the inform as well. It's all right, but I think if I were to prefer one of his cards, it would probably be his center attacking mid card, because he's way better central in my opinion. We got Jadson, very fun player to use there. He's he got decent pace for center attacking mid, long shot trade, good passing and dribbling. And there we have the, I guess, second inform Moreno. He's okay, not as good as his inform, but he's an okay player to be fair. Ronaldo, probably the best skiller alongside with Ibrahimovic in my opinion. He got all the stats you want in a winger. He's fast, good shooting, dribbling. He's even good on headers, and he is actually quite strong as well. So yeah, he is the complete 5-star skiller in my opinion. Frank Ribery, I'd say he's kind of similar. Like, I haven't played with him on the Let's FIFA 14 account, but on other accounts I played with him, and I'd say he's kind of on the same level as Moreno in some way. He's not as great as Ronaldo, Ibrahimovic, and Neymar, but still, he is a pretty good player. What he kind of lacks is the strength and the shooting of Ronaldo, because then he would be an amazing player, but he still lacks a little bit. Then we got Ibrahimovic, and yeah, he is a top class player. He's not as fast as Ronaldo, but he is strong, and that is what makes him such a good striker. He got a good shot on him and dribbling as well. Neymar, he is pretty good, and of course he is not as strong as Ronaldo or Ibrahimovic, but he got the 5-star weak foot, and that makes him a very lethal player because you can shoot from anywhere. So yeah, Neymar definitely one of the good skillers on the game, alongside with Ibra and Ronaldo. Nani, one of the players I've started to like a lot lately. I guess it's the long shot trade he got on him. You can take shots from distance, and they just dip quite well, and the 5-star skill's quite quick as well. He is a very fun player to play with, and maybe we'll pick up his sporting card to give that a go in a squad in the future. Then we got Ronaldinho, and he's the first player I picked up on Ultimate Team this year, and he is still in the club. And yeah, basically, he is the midfield maestro, I guess. He got good passing, dribbling, the 5-star skills, and it's gonna be weird not being able to pick him up next year on Ultimate Team, unless he finds a club that is on the game. But yeah, it's gonna be weird not having him on the game, because he's always my go-to player when I start out with the game. But yeah, he's still in the club. And then moving on to the next skiller is Basufa, and he's one of the skillers I'm not too fond of on the game, and that's because he's quite weak and he doesn't really have any outstanding stats. His passing is decent, but yeah, he's not really a player I like too much on the game, and he's definitely not one of the players I look to get when I pick up 5-star skills. Then we got D'Alessandro. He's a pretty good player, but there's just too many center attacking mid options in the Liga do Brazil. Above him, Alex, Ronaldinho, Jadson, so I haven't played much with him. Bernard, he's one of those skillers I do not like either. He's kind of similar to Basufa in the way that he got no strength whatsoever. However, he is very fast, and if you get him out in a wide position, he can be quite good. But if you get too close to the defenders, you just close down straight away. Ben Arfa, he is a pretty good player on the right side of the pitch, can cut inside, shoot with the left foot, some finesse shots and stuff like that. But I still prefer the shots across goal, and therefore I do prefer Nani and Magidi as well above Ben Arfa. So we have Magidi there. He is a very fast, good at dribbling, and he is a very fun 5-star skiller. And for a long period, he was my favorite right-sided 5-star skiller, but I guess Nani is overtaking that spot as of lately. Then we do have another Jadson, the regular version, another to Wrapped on the left mid, and there Alex, another center attacking mid from Liga do Brazil, and the left foot on him is just, it's lethal. The long shot trade on him as well, I believe, and 5-star skills. He's not very fast, but he is a very fun player to use in the midfield. still take shots with him. And yeah, he is one of my favorite center attacking mids from the Liga do Brazil for sure. Then we have another Tirap. I think we have 4 cards of him. There is another one, the striker version. Last year he was very good to play as a striker, especially when he had that 5-star weak foot. Tried him out this year, not too good. But on the center attacking mid, I think he plays it quite alright. That is the position I probably would play him in a squad in the future. Moving on, we got Valdivia, and he's a very tough player to link up because he is in the 2nd league in Brazil, and there's not too many options. You can link him up with some Chile players like Sanchez, Vidal, and so on, but you kind of need a strong link to him if you're going to get a dead link. There's a few good players in Palmeiras, but there's not too many, so I haven't used him too much. Then we got Elia, and he is a very fun player to use. He's one of the better left-sided skillers. Of course, Ronaldo's above him, and Ribéry probably as well, but I'd say he's pretty close to Ribéry. He's not as strong as Ronaldo. He's kind of similar to Ribéry, but he's very fast, and I do really like playing with him. He's fun to do skill moves with, for sure. And then we got Asa Edie. A pretty good player. I've never found him as good as Elia, but he is pretty good to play with, and yeah, fun player to use in a Premier League squad. You can both use his Stoke City and Liverpool card if you want to play with him in a Premier League squad, and you can also link him up with some of the other Moroccan 5-star skillers. Then we got Carlos Eduardo. Barely used him because I prefer Ronaldinho, Alex, or Jadson above him, and even Moraes if I'm going to pick a Liga do Brazil center attacking mid, but maybe we will pick up his Russian League card because that could be interesting to use in a squad. So yeah, we have him there. And then the final rare gold player was Asa Edie. Ana Moreno, the non-rare transferred version. And he got some really good links with Fidel Martinez. And he can also link up with Michael later, which is quite interesting. And that's why we, of course, have him in the club. He's not as good as his Team of the Season card, but still a pretty fun card to use, but not outstanding in any way. He's just a fun player to use, I'd say. Elton, quite similar to Bernard. He is fast but weak, and therefore I'm not too big of a fan of using him because he's easily pushed off the board. But get him out on a wide position, he's quite alright. Then we got Chikawi, and 5-star skills, 5-star weak foot. He's quite tall. You could say he is the Silver Zlatan, but then again, he doesn't feel that great to play with. He's alright, but he's not outstanding as I want him to be. And then the links, I guess that's the thing that ruins him for me. You can use Chamechi, he's not that great in my opinion, and yeah, it's just tricky to link him up, and therefore I do not use him that much. Kelvin, he is probably, yeah, he's the only 5-star Brazilian player on the right wing, and that's why he's so stupidly expensive, but he is a fun player to use. Fidel Martinez, not the fastest winger, but he is a very fun player to use on the left wing in my opinion, and yeah, definitely a player I would recommend to give a go in the Mexican League squad. Torres there, didn't use him too much. He links up with some of the Saudi Arabian League players. Quincy on the right side, he's a very fun player. He's fast. Corona on the left wing, kind of similar to Fidel Martinez. I felt both of them, were quite good despite not being super fast. They are quite good. Gary Steven, another player I liked a lot. He always seems to get past defenders on the wing. The only downside is when you cut inside and want to take the shot after a long skill run on the weak foot, he tends to miss the shot every now and again, but still a very fun player to use. Jobson, and yeah, he is kind of strong, quite fast, and he is a solid player in my opinion. But my favorite silver player is Moraes there. He's just so fun to use. His stats might not look up that much, but he's a very good player. Lincoln, yeah, to be fair, he's not very good. I think I played a few games with him, but he weren't really that outstanding. Wallison, another very fun silver striker to use as a Brazilian. Him and Jobson up top would be ideal for a Brazilian silver squad. And moving on to Masuku, he was alright, but I still feel like Phil Martinez and Corona was better than him, and definitely Gary McKay even better than him as well for a silver left winger, but still, he's alright, but nothing outstanding. Then we got Michael later, 2 different versions actually, one from Liga do Brazil and one from the Mexican League, and I have mixed feelings about him. Sometimes he plays very well for me, other times he's not good whatsoever. Then we got Ortega, again a player I feel goes into the category of weak skiller and fast skiller, similar to Elton and Bernard. Do not like him too much. Alpha 80, 66 rated, and definitely not very good. He's slow and difficult to maneuver around. Mutumba, a little bit better than Alpha 80, but again, not too great. He's fun to play with, but you do not get that much out of him, and he's difficult to link up. And the same thing goes for Siku. a tricky player to link up and absolutely useless with 48 pace, no good passing or shooting whatsoever. You only got the 5-star skills. So yeah, that is pretty much my, I guess, review of all the skillers I've tried out throughout this series. And just in this episode, for one game only, we'll try and play it with a full 5-star skill squad, just because we collected all the skillers. So we put Chicory in the net because he's quite tall. We went with 2 Brazilians on the center backs, and then some players to link up with Ronaldo and Ribéry on the wide mids. Then we have a core of Brazilian players in Ronaldinho and Jadson. We get Zlatan and Neymar up on the top, and a manager just to get a little bit more chemistry out of the team. But still, it's an absolutely useless team to win games with. But I thought, just as we collected all the skillers, we would give it a go. And I decided to play a single match for the first time in a long time in this series, because I knew I was not going to win any tournament games whatsoever. So we go into the game, and we get our first chance with Zlatan in the 4th minute. But it is saved by Sirigu in the net, unfortunately, and instead a through ball, and he will be on through, because playing players on low chemistry, they run extremely slow. I think Jobson and Wallison were on 3 chemistry or something like that, and they were just very, very slow. But on the attack, we could still create some chances with some of the skillers, despite them not being on full chemistry. That's Ronaldo breaking on through, trying out a shot, but he will save with Sirigu there, unfortunately. And pretty even at halftime. I had most of the possession. We had even amount of shots. We continued into the second half, and he had Zlatan on the ball. And this is a nice little run. I believe he was on 6 of 3 chemistry. Breaks on through, and on the rebound, it is Jadson to get the goal and make it 1-1. But pretty much straight after that, he figured out he could just take shots from distance, because Chicory, he's not saving anything. And look here, how slow is my defense? It's Jobson, Wallison, and I believe Nani. And I would think they were faster than, was it Cavani or something like that, breaking on through. But yeah, my defense were very, very slow. And here we somehow give up a penalty. No clue how. He stepped up with his keeper, actually, and Chicory would save it. But unfortunately, from a corner, he would head it in. Zlatan didn't lock onto the ball there. He made it 2-1, and yeah, my defense, it was not very good in this game. He would go with another cross, and guess what? I couldn't win the header. It was Alessandrini winning a header there, but eventually in the 90th minute we get a bit of a sloppy goal to make it 3-2, but it was difficult to play with that defense. We did create some attacking chances, but defending through balls and crosses and stuff like that, that was pretty impossible. So we did lose the game, and fair play to him, he did deserve to win it in the end. And that is pretty much also where we're going to end off this episode. In the next episode, we will build a proper squad with Ribéry and try him out and see how good he actually is when we get him into a real team. But I just wanted for this episode to try out some of the just try the full out skill squad as we had collected all the skillers. But anyways guys, thank you for watching. We'll be back again soon enough, and that's all. I'll talk to you later.